Hey y'all. It's your girl Q. I am here with another episode on the Relationship Zone, the podcast. How y'all doing? Um, I know I'm live on YouTube tonight only. Facebook has me in prison again. It's nonstop, as y'all can tell. But oh well. So what I'm doing? Sorry about that. The background. What I'm doing is I'm going to share to Facebook and hopefully um, our video isn't pulled down. But listen, tonight we have Dr. Lane Rowland. He is back with us. I'm always excited to have the doc here sharing his perspective. One about life, because he kind of talks about life, right? I love that about him. But he talks about this current pandemic, and his experience, real world experience on the ground, boots on the ground, out here, moving and shaking throughout America. So we have him here with us tonight. And you guys would not believe where he is actually going to be filming or talking to us from. Such a lucky guy, I tell you. He's out there, enjoying the West Coast weather while I'm over here on the East Coast. It's hot, but it's beautiful over there where he is at. So, y'all give me 1 second. I want to make sure that our discussion is up and that the viewers can see. And if y'all could, just because we're on lockdown out of Facebook, could y'all share this out there on Facebook for me? I appreciate that. So listen, without further ado, let me bring in our special guest, Dr. Lane Rowland, to the Relationship Zone. Hey, Doc.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? What's up, Queenie?
Yeah, what's up, Doc? What I tell y'all? Y'all see where he's at? See that beautiful backdrop? So we are not going to hold Dr. Rowland too long tonight because one, he is recording. He's joining us actually from outdoors, so sometimes reception can be a little bit crazy. But we're going to go with this. Look at that, Doc. Where are you at right now?
I'm in Ensenada, Mexico.
This man is in Mexico.
Yeah, it's probably about an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. It's beautiful.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's the first time I've been in this part of the country and stuff. It's been just an awesome experience, and especially getting to know what they're doing here in Mexico, some of the biosafety and security protocols.
Yeah.
Ask, what do they do? And I can tell you right now, from my experience, man, these guys are some of the best guys in the business, man.
Wow.
I mean, everywhere you go, they have mats down there. Their mats have solution that disinfect your shoes before you get in the building. They have temperature checks. They have hand sanitizer. The bathrooms are unbelievably clean, and the staff is wearing masks, they're wearing face shields, and they're wearing goggles. Unbelievable.
Y'all hear that? This is okay. So, all right. So, for those of you that's already watching, make sure, if you would, could you let me know in the comments if you can hear us just fine? That would be great. And bear with us because this is the beauty of being able to go live from all across the world. Is that we can talk no matter where you are, outside on our cell phone, inside on our laptops, but sometimes we have a little bit of, breaking up or whatever. But so bear with us tonight because guess what? We want Dr. Rowland to be where he's at doing his thing, but still stop by the Relationship Zone. So let us know if you can hear. So if you have any issues hearing us. So Doc, you are in Mexico. They are still wearing masks. And you're seeing protocols that you probably haven't really seen in many other places.
That's correct.
That is amazing.
And the problem that we're going to have, what we're seeing is that, the people read the mandate wrong. It didn't say that you could not, that you did not and cannot, do not want to wear a mask. You still have to wear a mask in the United States, but people are interpreting that as a green light to just not wearing masks anywhere. Isn't that amazing that if you really believe that, 4 days ago, I flew to Arkansas and the pilot got on there and said, I tell you right now, anybody's not wearing a mask on this flight to Little Rock, Arkansas, we will put you out and you will walk to Little Rock. Every public place, federal, you will wear a mask, period. And so if that was the case, then that's hypocrisy 101.
Yeah.
Now, it's true that I see people in Arkansas, Las Vegas, people not wearing masks, but you know what? If people choose not to wear a mask in a pandemic, then you choose to take the consequences, period.
Yeah.
Folks, the virus is still here. I mean, a triple and double mutation is coming. And so if you're out there thinking that you're vaccinated, that you're immune to the virus itself, you're surely going to be mistaken because I can tell you right now, the storm is coming.
You know what, Doc? You have said that several times, and I believe you. I was in Vegas, and as soon as the mandate lifted, it went absolutely crazy. And I was so glad that I was leaving within 2 days. I couldn't get out of there quick enough. It was too much. And then you could see the attitude that people had. Like, I don't have to wear an effing mask. And oh, it was too busy. It was too much going on. So I'm still wearing my mask, sir. I just came in the house. I'm in this mask. I got my N95s. I have a couple other masks. I'm wearing them, and I'm still remaining. I'm still keeping my distance because I've listened to you long enough to know that this ain't over.
No, it's far from being over at 2011. I can tell you right now. And, these people are thinking they're all immune. They have the arrogant attitude. Well, and they're going to be in a body bag. And I'm going to sit back and look at this stuff, picking up the dead bodies, put them in body bags because people are not listening. This virus is not going away. You got the triple mutation, double mutation. It's here. It's coming. This is the same thing that happened last year. Everybody, thought this thing was going away in May. People were eating their hot dogs and cheeseburgers, getting ready for Memorial Weekend, celebrating, and all of a sudden, June, July, the cases went out the roof, and 600,000 people died by December. And this was exactly what's going to happen. Same situation, the law before the storm.
Yeah.
Everybody being complacent. And like I've told people, you really think this thing is over? I will get you a first class ticket, fly your butt down to India. You can breathe all the fresh air you want, and I promise you'll be in a body bag within 30 days.
Yeah. Wow. So listen, sir, tonight we have, I decided not to script our conversation. I wanted to just get your perspective and your opinion about what's going on. And for you to share, of course, the things that you've seen. So mask, should we or shouldn't we wear? I mean, we've been talking about that since the mandate was lifted, which I just thought was just crazy and just too soon. So your simplest answer to this, should we or shouldn't we?
You
Lay it
should
on us.
you'll be wearing a mask the next 50 years. You should always wear a mask when you're in a public space. That is the reality, folks. The virus is not going anywhere. The virus is still here. You have to realize that our society is tired. People are physically and mentally tired of being cooped up. People want to be doing what I'm doing right now. Look at the view I'm at. Drinking a strawberry daiquiri, listening to the ocean, talking nighttime. But guess what? Dr. Rowland still has his mask. I have my antiviral mask that I use and I still have, and that's part of my essential for travel. I gotta have my mask. I am not some idiot. You don't get on an elevator with 9 people talking about, I'm free. I promise you, get on the elevator with 9 people, you're gonna get infected, and you're gonna infect your mom, family members. And the reality is that this mask is going to be part of your front line. Get
Yeah.
used to it. I can't understand what is the big deal about wearing a antiviral mask, doing an antiviral propaganda in a pandemic that a mask will save your life. I just don't get it. I just don't get the psyche of people and stuff. But I do understand the psyche of people when you die or you're about to die, you caught something that you could have prevented from getting
Right.
by just wearing a simple mask.
Right. Yeah. I agree with you, sir. With the mask, here's my question, and my daughter and I was having this discussion as well. We were trying to understand, why would the mask mandate be lifted before we tested or even increased the capacity or the occupancy of restaurants or public places? Um, they, the capacity was still at like 50% or 75% instead of being 100% with mask. And we went full on no mask. It's just confusing. It seemed a little bit backwards for me, right?
Oh,
It seems
oh,
so backwards to me that we did it that way. So what is your thoughts on that?
well, what happened was that our society went down the rabbit hole, and you have a choice between taking the blue pill or
Or
the
the
red
red pill. Yeah.
pill. Went down a rabbit hole and found out there is no Prince Charming down there. The reality, folks, is that here's the deal: only 5 to 6% of African Americans are vaccinated. Maybe 9% Asian, 8% Latin American. 70% of all Trump supporters are not vaccinated. You would never ever get to herd immunity. So what do you think, that the virus just disappeared? It went away? Do you really believe that? I can promise you, I'm here by the ocean. I promise you, I got some. I can sell you this ocean. You can pay money. I can give you part of that if you really believe that. And this is what's very frustrating, because we try to base things off of medicine and science, and what happens is that we got into the politics.
Yes.
Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Fauci is supposed to be this. I mean, Fauci's all over the board. If I was Fauci and I was, as a black man, did what he did, I'd have been blackballed.
Yeah.
You don't get to go back and forth, because you're dealing with people's lives, and that's where we're making a mistake at. You've been pushing vaccine. The vaccine is not a end all be all, because the reality is that the
Well, bear with us.
vaccine
Okay, there you go.
protects against the triple and double mutation. Or the South African, what are people thinking about? This is basic science, but guess what? Hey, you know what? If people want to go down that road and believe in that there's a castle in the sky, you go ahead and believe that. But I promise you, you're gonna be hurting. You're gonna have bad outcomes, because
Yeah.
you're not based off of reality. The virus is here, the triple double mutation. I've told people, if you want to know what's going to happen in the United States, go look what's happening in India. Bodies thrown in the river.
Yeah.
Can't burn enough the bodies. Look what's happened in Brazil, Vietnam, Thailand, Africa. All these countries are shutting down again, and there's a reason why. Because the virus has different variants, different mutations, guys. I am sorry. I don't want to be the Pied Piper and keep banging your head against the wall, but I've been telling you for a year and a half what's going to happen, and I have not been wrong yet.
Yeah, you've definitely shared this with us for quite some time, and I appreciate it, sir. So, for those of you that are watching and listening, please share this video out. We're going to be taking a few questions, and we're going to let Dr. Roland enjoy the rest of his day. At some point here, we're not going to keep him like we normally do, because he is out there enjoying that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful salt water. So,
This
Queenie
is
B.
real. It's not some back screen. This is the
Oh,
ocean.
it's beautiful. Listen, so Queenie B said the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, is fining private businesses $1,000 if they require or mandate patrons to wear a mask. You just touched on the political side of this, and that's what has happened, I think, in a lot of areas. It's horrible.
Well, you think about Abbott. Who is Greg Abbott anyway? Really,
Yeah, yeah,
in the cosmos of the world, who is he? He's a governor of Texas. He's a nobody.
yeah,
He doesn't have an effect on anybody in the world. He's not saving anybody's by his life. So you mandate there's $1,000. So what happens if your grandmother dies, or Big Mama dies in that black neighborhood, or Jose Gonzalez Mama's dies in Houston, Texas? What the
yeah.
hell is Greg Abbott going to do then?
Nothing.
He's going to tell you, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I hate people like that. I'm sorry. I hate people that are hypocrites. I hate people that talk the game and they can't back it up. I hate people that say they can do this, but they have no gasoline in their tank.
right.
That's like somebody talking about the military. Well, let me put you in a military situation. Let me drop you off in the jungles of Peru and see if you can function. And these people like Greg Abbott, they are nobody in the
Right.
big cosmos. And then at the end of the day, he will be a footnote in history. And the bottom line is that you, as individuals, you have to make sure you're not a footnote in history because of somebody's stupidity based off of political consequence. Hell, they couldn't even take care of the power, the energy, and people were freezing to death. So what makes you think they're experts in viruses?
That is crazy. All right. Here we go, sir. We rolling on. We rolling on, Dr. Roland. Dr. Lane, COVID vaccination. How far is it from being ready for the public?
I think realistically, we're looking at probably a month. I do
Okay.
know that the CDC, if you call the CDC, you can ask about these new vaccines that are coming down the pipeline. But I think everybody has to realize, and I'm sorry to say that, but Pfizer and Johnson and Johnson and Moderna, they've been paid.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't have any incentives because their CEOs are cashing out millions of dollars on their stocks. It's like they've been paid, so they got to
Right.
force this vaccine on everybody. But here's the deal, guys. We're talking about true humanity, reality. I can promise you this. They won't come up with a vaccine for the triple mutation. They
Mm.
won't come up with a vaccine for the double mutation, all these variants. If they do, you're going to pay for it because the government does not have the money to fund another vaccine, and they've already done that. And we already know where this is going to go. Like I've always said, if you're going to have a effective vaccine program, you guys need to understand the first test you guys, everybody has to have is an antibody test. You have to know if you've been exposed. And then if you do get the vaccine, do you truly have immunity? Do you truly have neutralizing antibodies? And I can tell you right now, I will give somebody $1,000 right now. Mark my words. Get the vaccine. Don't know what your antibodies, and fly down to India and Brazil and go breathe that air in. I promise you, you'll be
Mm.
dead within 30 days.
Mm. That is scary, sir. And I'm going to not go down to India. I'm going to stay right here.
Well, if you really want to put that theory to test, and like
I'm
we
not
said,
even interested.
if you want the theory to test that you got all this immunity, well, you better know your antibodies. Why you
Yeah.
don't know your antibodies? Why
Right.
didn't the drug companies or even the government get everybody's? You're gonna inject Big Mama from Alabama. Big Mama, we're gonna force this vaccine on you. Well, Big Mama, guess what? We don't know if you got an antibody. Hell, you don't. You guys don't even. They might have gave you guys a placebo. You really don't know, do you?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this
So
this is true. This is true. That nobody knows. I think that's why it's so important, like, to stick with the protocols that you have been pushing all along. All along, you've been saying the same things. Make sure keep your hands washed. Protect your eyes. Take your shoes off. Wear your mask. Constantly wash your hands. I mean, you've been telling us this all along. So, and wear your mask is like the most basic of essential things that we need. And I don't know why people still reject it. Whether you're vaccinated or not, these are things you still need to do because the virus is still alive and well. It's still here.
the virus is not going anywhere. There
Right.
would never ever be herd immunity, folks. Let me repeat that again. You would never ever get to herd immunity. There's too many. Every virus itself has to go through their own course. The
Yeah.
triple mutation is going to have a pandemic. The double mutation is going to have a pandemic. The South African is going to have its own pandemic.
Mm.
In 6 months, there'll be another virus that's going to have six mutations. It's going to have to go through its own pandemic. Each virus has to go through its own pandemic. Period. It has to go through its own cycle. I don't know what people are thinking that, oh, I got the Pfizer vaccine, which is made off the Chinese Wuhan strain. What in the hell does that vaccine got to do with a brand new mutation
Yeah.
that just came out 2 months ago?
Yeah. That's the
In
scary part.
That's the reality. So you want to get technical, you want to get scientific. Well, let's talk about the basic science. And nobody's going to say there is nobody on the planet that's going to argue against me on that. Period. You can't tell me you're going to have a vaccine. You better go get a patient. Somebody has the triple mutation in India. Draw their blood out, get the virus, and make a vaccine to it. But I can tell you right now, they're not going to spend no $1 billion doing that.
Right.
What's happening is that the ball is already gone. The train is already left. And the reality is that you're going to be on the train or or you're not going to be on the train of life. And being on the train of life is one, you better wear a mask, you better protect your hands, you
Mhm.
better understand situational awareness and stuff. You better not touch them touch screens in public space. You better have yourself an antiviral mask. You better take it upon yourself and get a home rapid test to test your family on a regular basis. If you got children going to school, because they're forcing kids back to school, I guarantee you, them teachers, some are going to bring that infection in. The janitor might be in the infection in. It might be little Johnny that goes to a soccer game on Saturday and goes to school on Monday and infect everybody in the school. So you have to go back to the basic:
Mhm.
rapid testing, home testing,
Mhm.
antibody, antigen testing, antiviral mask. You got to have hand washing, not all the basic stuff. You have to have that in this new norm. I'm in
Mhm.
Mexico, and we put these people down. These Latin Americans, these wetbacks, they're jumping the border. They're stealing our jobs, etc. All that propaganda, hate, racist stuff.
Right.
I'm down here with some of the most friendliest people, from
Yeah.
the store people to the restaurant people. And these people are wearing masks. Every place you go, they have floor mats that I got pictures of this stuff.
Yeah.
Sterilizing the bottom of people's shoes before you even go into the
I
hotel,
love it.
restaurant, before you go in the gas station. My God, what people call white American, these wetbacks, no educated people are doing stuff that top biosafety security infections these guys are doing. These guys are doing it at a percent. I salute these people.
Yeah, absolutely. 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 We already know that, there is just stereotypes, and people want us to believe that others in different cultures are, less than, but we know that the world is different outside of America. I love America, but still the world is different when you're outside of it. We see things totally different when you see it for yourself. So I will tell you this, Doc, in Vegas, when I was there, none of that was happening. Like, I mean, there were some hand sanitation, stations, but what you're talking about, none of that was happening in the hotels, and I was so uncomfortable. I mean, I took everything with me, of course. And of course, I talked to Dr. Blessman to make sure that I had a good package ready to go with me, and I took my little kit with me, and I was good to go. And I also bought some home tests kits as well, just in case. But the things that you're talking about that was in place, they weren't in place. It was really nerve wracking for me to be in Vegas. Although I had a great time, you saw that I was, doing my thing, but it was nerve wracking for me.
I don't know if maybe the country of Mexico, listen to my talks, my information,
Yeah,
all programs, because everything I've said, they're implemented.
they're doing it. Yeah,
Choose from the antiviral masks, the people wearing shields. I mean, you go into a restaurant, man. I mean, they take your temperature. They
wow.
disinfect your shoes. You go in the bathroom. The bathrooms are clean. I can go on and on and
Yeah,
on. It was just, my God, it was just brilliant. I mean, how simple these little protocols, and we're worrying about, I got a constitutional right not to wear a mask. Well, you have a constitutional right not to wear a mask, but you can get me infected, right?
right.
My God.
Oh, well, that is horrible. So listen, sir. Look, we're not going to hold you forever tonight. I'm so glad that you stopped by to talk to us. Is there any message that you want to leave with the people that are watching and listening tonight, before I let you get out of here?
I think the most important thing is that we're trying to have a balance in life. I mean, I've been blessed to be given the keys to the city of Camden, Arkansas, and make a difference to people in rural America. Because we always seem to forget about the people on the other side, and I've always prided myself in always going to places that are some of the hard and most unreachable places and try to make a difference in people's lives. I mean, how difficult it is to go to the jungles on a boat. sometimes it's very difficult to get on a plane and go to the countryside in rural America from Arkansas to Mississippi. And that's important that we still have a long ways to go. And, as long as I have the energy and the inspiration, I'm going to continue to have the platform and continue to do what I do, because at the end of the day, it's all about saving lives and giving people the best information based off of science and medicine.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have a question here. Where can we get an antiviral mask?
Well, folks, like I've said, one of the things I've learned is that you want an antiviral mask, not an antibacterial mask. You send me an email to Dr. Rowling at depeta.org, or Instagram me at Dr. Rowling at Instagram. But send me an email and we'll get you a mask ASAP. I mean, I've had people order 5 and 6 of the antiviral masks, because as we proceed in the future, guys, I've been telling people we have to go with the technology. And all the masks that you guys have out there, the N95s, the FFP2s, the FFP3s, these are antibacterial masks. What does an antibacterial mask have to do with a triple double mutation virus? Absolutely nothing. So you have to have an antiviral mask for you and your family to proceed and have a safe trip. Man, I'm down here in Mexico. I've been on the airplanes, 2 different countries within the last, week, and I'm doing fine because I'm functioning with situational awareness, and I have the best technology to protect myself.
All right. All right. Y'all heard that here. I like to say first. Here on the Relationship Zone. Let's see if there's any other questions. Okay, there's a question that says, do they have kid sizes, Dr. Rowland? Look at that. He's just making us, look at that. That don't make no daggone sense. It's beautiful, sir. It is.
Oh, it's absolutely. It's funny. That's the one thing I have to give myself a little credit. I think if there's a God out there, he, for some reason, he watches over me.
Yeah.
He always puts me in a position where I'm more inspired. And when I hear the ocean and I feel the wind against my face and hear the ocean talk, man, it won't make me want to do more.
Yeah.
I want to maximize my life and make my life meaningful, and I've done that. And it's people look at it, and to have the honor to be in my business to help people at a different level is unbelievable. I mean, to operate on babies that are 3 days old, or to help somebody's mother that has COVID on a ventilator. Hey, in this ocean, what can I say? It inspires me to be better. It recharges my battery.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, hey, before you go, Doc, a couple other questions I want to make sure I get to. Queenie B want to know if you have kid sizes in the antiviral mask.
No, we don't, but I do have pediatric antiviral masks coming from United Airways. That's a fact. I helped design that mask about a month ago, because one of the things that we keep forgetting is that we have to realize that the children are key to our future, and these are the kids that are going to has to be protected. So we have to have pediatric masks for children. I don't get that when people haven't even thought about that. Teaching kids how to wash their hands, we have to do that type of stuff, because the reality, folks, is that you want to push vaccines on children, you better push pediatric masks. You better have a program that children understand that, so they can function in this new norm and not become a statistic or a victim because of some political, Red Abbott from Texas. Who the hell is he? I've never seen that guy in the jungles of Peru.
Yeah.
I've never seen that guy in a black neighborhood in Mississippi or in Compton, LA. Hell, I mean, who is this guy?
Yeah.
But these guys are a bunch of idiots. This straight up, just call them idiots. That's exactly what they are. Yeah. Period. End of story.
Well, listen here. I love to see our village keepers that are in these comments, which are our women. The women always, women, I salute you ladies that are in this, on this call right now, because our village keepers are always trying to make sure their families are protected. So I appreciate you giving this information, Dr. Rowland. The ladies are in the inbox, are in our comments, asking all the wonderful questions, of course, because we have families that we're trying to keep safe. So they're asking, where can we buy the home testing kits? Some are asking, what is the cost of the antiviral mask? I mean, you can share whatever you care to
Folks,
share.
let me tell you right now, folks, I'm taking control of this situation. I am not going to have any more. I've worked with SRS, I've worked with different companies, and I found out that half these people don't even have the damn gasoline to even be in my league. And what I'm doing now is to make sure that I'm going to bring the best technology with the best people that are looking to save people's lives. I.e., you want an antiviral mask for my people, you contact Dr. Rowland. You want the rapid home test, you contact Dr. Rowland. I mean, people, I've sent them to Hawaii already. You want to live, you contact me. And the people I'm dealing with have been vetted, and they're here about taking care of people. Even the new hand cleanser that came out 4 days ago. Hell, my fingers. Hell, our new Viricide that we put in the state of Arkansas in a clinic. We're trying to bring the best technology with people that are in the profession, not some business guy that all of a sudden jumps into PPE and he's trying to make $1 million of bucks and stuff, and he has no interest in people's lives making a dollar. He ain't been out on no boat. And so when you're talking about antiviral masks, home rapid tests, you call me, Dr. Chocolate. Period. I'm gonna bring my damn A game. Period.
Okay.
If you ain't airborne, you ain't ranger, you ain't been in the jungles, you ain't school qualified, don't talk to me. Period. I don't want to hear it. Because if you couldn't do it in the beginning, you damn sure can't do it now.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen that are watching, y'all heard Dr. Rowland. So listen, all of you can follow Dr. Rowland. If you're not already following him, Dr. Rowland is all over social media. He is very responsive. All you gotta do is put his name into Facebook, IG. And if you do not have any of the social media, because I do understand Dr. Rowland has invited you to email him personally and directly. Rashawn, thank you so much for sharing Dr. Rowland's email address with us. It is on the screen. That's DRROLLING at TPAIDA.org. So please go ahead, email Dr. Rowland, and send him whatever concerns, whatever you need. He got all that. And if you do follow him on social media, you'll see the links. He's always sharing this information on his pages as well.
Hey Queen, let me say something else.
Sure.
Public thing, because I'm blessed. I just got done doing the Black News Channel an hour ago talking about prisoners and COVID and how the system has screwed them over and let them people been experimenting. Let me tell you something. One thing I can promise you this, folks out there. If anybody is in my circle, is in the training line, I can promise you this. I'm here to save people's lives. And I can tell you this also. 2.5% of anything that you invest with us, my team, my group, from the Viricide to antiviral mask, everything, that 2.5%, guess what, folks? That goes to save a kid's life in the real world, not Disney Channel. I'm talking about an operator on a baby that don't got no legs, baby been abandoned by their mother, COVID positive. We're here to save people's lives. That's what it's all about. People need to understand. People talk about Bill Gates, and we all know this SOB is just like anybody else. Getting divorced, infidelity, etc., etc., etc. What makes him a great humanitarian, he has money. You gotta have money to be able to help.
Gotta have money. Yeah.
He's not a true humanity. He's not a true humanitarian. Period. I'm a true humanitarian because I'm in the trenches. I'm in the boots on the ground.
Gotta have that money. So we want to continue to support you, Dr. Rowland, and the things that you're doing. So please, everyone that's listening and is watching, go ahead and follow Dr. Rowland, email Dr. Rowland, get the information that he's sharing. And listen, you can check it yourself. And I promise you, you're gonna come out seeing that. Okay, yep, he was right. It was right. It was right. So listen, Dr. Rowland, thank you as always. I know this is not our normal sit down for an hour and chat, but it's beautiful there. I think you should get out there and continue to enjoy it. I know you've had a very long day, and I appreciate you sharing some of your time with me
Queenie
tonight.
Love, Queenie Love, I've been working with you for a year.
Yes,
I, I, I've seen you go through what you've gone through
yes,
with your father dying from COVID and
yep,
everything, and your dad was no mannequin. He
yep,
wasn't no he wasn't no Greg Abbott couldn't touch your dad's life.
yep,
Period. I don't want to hear about no damn Texas governor because he don't mean a damn thing in the world. He
yep.
damn sure right here in Mexico talking to the people besides
Mm,
telling them, they're a bunch of wetbacks and all the racists and them guys. Them guys need to hurry up and just leave and go to a different world so
yeah,
we can get out trying to save humanity. So it's
yeah.
all about taking care of people, loving people, and truly having an invested interest in the humanity. And I want to thank you for giving me the platform to be on your show. But I tell you right now, folks, I love this ocean.
It's beautiful, sir. It is so lovely. So look, before you go, I hate just to, it's always so good to catch up with you. Um, do you have anything that we should be on the lookout for? Do you have anything going on over the next month that we should know about? And will I see you next month on the show?
You will see you next month, but
Okay.
folks, I was very fortunate to get the key to the city in Arkansas. I'm going back to Arkansas for a week in June to meet with all the mayors, implement protocols and procedures from the school system on down, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about and stuff. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'm telling you folks out there now, people know I'm getting ready to head back down to Peru in August. Who wants to go to Peru with me and go into the jungles and save people's lives and meet these people real time? Let me know. Send me an email, because I'm only going to take 50 people. Even though there's thousands of you that want to go, I'm going to take 50 people that have big hearts and truly, really want to make a difference in the world and see what I've seen in the real life in humanity.
Yeah. All right, y'all heard that. Dr. Rowland's email is on the screen one last time. Thank you, everyone. I wish I could name all of you lovely ladies and supporters and the fellas that showed up.
Sorry. Also, let me tell everybody out there,
Uh-oh.
black people can't swim.
Oh, Jesus.
We can't swim. I
We
can do the
can't swim.
breaststroke.
Yes, yes. There you go, sir. That's right. That's right. That's
And
right.
guess
We
what?
can't swim.
And my hair is waterproof.
This is true. I don't have to worry about it.
You too, Queen.
Don't worry about it. All right, Dr. Rowland, I will see you next month. Always a pleasure. Stay
Always.
safe out there. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you're doing for us out there. In the, I so appreciate you, sir.
Like I always say, I will see you guys on the other side, but I ain't swimming across this ocean.
All right, Dr. Rowland, I'm gonna pull you out of studio. So good to see you. I'll see you next month, and
Yes.
I'll share the information with all of our supporters.
Hey, you guys take care. God bless everybody. Super fantastic Sunday night. It's always a pleasure. But like I say, us black people, we like the water too.
We like the water too. Hey, sir, I'm headed to Utah next week. We also like to hike. I don't know why people think we don't, but we do. We enjoy the desert as well. I'm headed to Utah. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, God bless everybody. Everybody have a super fantastic. Everybody stay safe. Hey, I'll see you guys on the other side. Be good.
Absolutely, sir. Have a good night.
Bye-bye, guys. Good night.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Dr. Rowland is always a hoot. It's always so good to have his energy to stop by the Relationship Zone, the podcast. You probably got all of the information. I mean, I tried to share everything. If you happen to desire or need any other information, just shoot me a message. You guys know how to find me. You can still find me on Facebook. Of course, they put me in jail, but and I'll be in jail for another 50 some days. So you can leave me a message right here on YouTube. You can find me, leave me a message in my DM on Facebook, or even in on my Instagram. Okay, and whatever information you need, if I got it, you got it. All right, everyone. Y'all have a beautiful night, and thank you again for your support. And God bless you. Mwah. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Bye, everyone.